Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we got Streets Solidified. We have Johnny L, Johnny E here, and we have Will, which is a good friend of mine from the street. Grew up in the streets, grew up rough, you know, like we say, grew up in the hood and things of that nature. And he have a story to tell, you know, and with further ado, I'm gonna let y'all get started with the story, and I'll be right back.
Alright. So, what was your environment like growing up? Like, tell me a bit about yourself.
Uh, when I grew up like in Camden until I was like 6, and then from there on I moved to Cherry Hill. So I lived in Cherry Hill a lot of my life, but then after I left when I was 18, I moved to Ohio for 8 years, came back, and then I lived in Camden after that. So lately, for the past few years, I've been in Camden, just been around those kind of people.
Yeah.
So, but the majority of my childhood, I lived in Cherry Hill. I was raised in Cherry Hill.
Why'd you move away and why'd you move back?
Why I moved away from Cherry Hill? Because my dad was very abusive, emotionally and physically toward my mom, toward me. So, and then I wanted to have my own family, so I left when I was 18. I told my dad I was leaving. I was done. So my mom was very upset about that, but I just got tired of seeing her get beat on and get me, and then just the words that she would call me, just I was not very big fan, so really abusive to my mom, and just I couldn't deal with it. So I left. I met a girl, I was dating a girl, we were just having a long distance relationship. I ran away a lot when I was a child because I got tired of my dad. I just couldn't deal with it. And then when I was 18, I just left. And then that's how a lot of my life started. And then, my life went downhill. I got engaged twice, and, that didn't work out. So, I got very involved into, drugs and stuff like that over there because of little family. They did a lot of drugs, and, it brought me into that. So, I wanted to get away from all that and just couldn't deal with it. Came back here, since I've been living with my grandma, I'm trying to be a better person of myself, trying to better myself, get off all that. That's who I am.
Yeah.
So, take care of my grandma, show that my family I can be a better person, but still the simple fact I'm away from my dad, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, for sure. Progress is progress.
That's basically what my life was like.
Yeah.
But since then, I enjoy working on computers. I like computers and stuff like that, so that's the kind of hobby I do, and I like to bowl, so that's another hobby I have. That's what I'd like to do to keep my mind off of things.
Have you had more peace of mind since you moved back?
In a way I do, but then in a way I don't, because I feel like my grandmother was upset with me because she believes that when I'm out in the streets and walking around, I like to work. I need to do a lot of different kind of jobs to keep myself motivated to make my money, and that's what I do for work, and but I'd like to find a steady job, a steady job instead of just doing, side jobs here and there. I feel like it's just not really making my life any better than a steady income. How am I going to take care of the family? Once my grandma's gone, what am I going to do?
Right.
She's right. Because these side jobs are nothing.
Yeah.
This is no steady job. Like working at Walmart, working at GameStop, that would be a better job. I bet you like to go to college and then, get it. I always wanted a degree in computer engineering. I wanted to be, IT tech or something like that. That was something I always wanted to do growing up.
Yeah. I actually work over at the Audubon Walmart, and they are hiring. If you want to fire off an application, I can see if I can put in a word for you. But
all right,
what started your interest in computers?
My dad worked on computers a little bit. He did a lot of. I noticed he was playing on a computer a lot, and I always got fascinated. So I started playing on computers, and I started playing video games. I'm a PC man. So then I started fiddling with the file types and editing files, and then I don't know, it just got really fascinated with it. Cell phones started. One time I broke and I had a phone, and I started on a flip phone, and it broke one day, so I wanted to fix it somehow. So how do I fix it? And then I took it apart, and it just was fun taking it apart and putting things together and seeing how things work.
Yeah. As a computer science major, I definitely understand that. I appreciate that take it apart and rebuild it aspect for sure. Um, do you have any plans like going forward to do anything in computers?
I'd like to go to college. I'd like to finish school, finish high school, get like, well, I can't go back to high school, but get like GD, then go to college, and then actually do what my dad wanted. He wanted me to go to college, but he didn't want me to leave. He was like, you ain't leaving. Because he wants me to go to college and, instead of go chase after girls, which that's what I did, but you go chase after her and just left the family, just do my own thing.
Right.
But, you live and learn.
Yeah. And I personally, I've had similar obstacles. I wasn't able to complete high school traditionally, so I got my GED about a year earlier than I would have graduated, and then I went back to college after COVID and everything. So a lot of the things that you're talking about, the path that you're trying to forge, are things that I've already done, and I'm interested in helping you out and trying to elevate you to let you live a happier life too. Because I think that like it's entirely like possible, man. You gotta go out and get it. You have to have a good plan and stay motivated, which you very much seem to be. So I think that the future's bright for you.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So what do you usually like to do outside of like your side work in computers? What are your hobbies and interests?
I like to go bowling. I like to bowl. I'd like to get back into that. I still have a bowling ball in my house. I just so expensive. Things are so expensive. These side jobs sometimes they don't pay well enough. But, money is everything. But then it's just like I don't really find too much interest in it right now.
Right.
Because there's so much junk through my mind. It's like I'm always depressed because it's like I feel like, am I doing the right thing? I feel like I'm just not getting nowhere. But then it feels like when I take one step forward, I push 2 steps back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, am I doing the right thing? Like, these side jobs, am I doing the right thing by doing this? And just making my grandma happy? Like, I always wonder, what does she think of what I'm doing? I mean, she's always yelling. She's always yelling at me. Like, I'm always doing the wrong thing. So then it makes me feel like I'm always depressed. Because she's always yelling. Because then it's like, I feel like nothing I'm doing, she likes. But maybe she does like what I'm doing. She just shows it in a different kind of way.
Yeah.
So then it makes me very confused. Like, what am I doing wrong? I'm going to yell all the time. Like, why is she always dissatisfied?
I mean, at that point,
she's never satisfied with nothing.
You could try to have a conversation with her. And,
good luck on that.
Yeah, it's so hard when people don't have the emotional intelligence to display what they're feeling or their thoughts or their concerns even in a healthy way that makes you not feel depressed and also gets the point across. It's very hard, but I mean, at that point, if she's going to be yelling no matter what, why don't you just...
Like she's disappointed with the satisfaction of what I'm doing, everything that I'm doing.
Exactly.
Whatever I'm doing, it's not satisfactory, but maybe it is.
But think about it
this way. It just shows it in a way I don't understand.
If she's not going to show that gratitude or appreciation or pride in you and what you do...
That's what makes me want to leave the house. Right. That's why I leave the house for a couple of days.
Right.
Because I can't deal with it. It's just so depressing. It's like I can't make it happen. So I might as well leave and make myself happy.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's easier to make myself happy out in the street because I know what I want. I know what I want. I'm trying to show my grandma, show my family, but they all show dissatisfaction. My mom is the only one that actually cares.
Right.
Even though she might not like what I'm doing, but she still helps me. She still shows that she still loves me. My grandma, she does love me. She tells me she loves me. But
funny way of showing it, right?
It's a way that like everything I'm doing you don't like, and then you tell me you get out in the street if you want to live, if you want to be out there all the time. It's like I'm trying to work, I'm trying to do this, but it's like what the fuck do you want?
Yeah. And at that point, like if she's not going to be satisfied with what you're doing, right? If she's not going to be proud of you and see the vision that you have for yourself and your future, don't try to make her happy. Try to make you happy.
Right.
Like,
because
don't
take care of yourself before you take care of others. But then I understand it's my family. But then it's like I want to show her what I can do before she's gone. God forbid that happens. But one day she's gonna be gone. But when she leaves, was she happy with what she left with?
But the best way that I feel like truly the things that you have in mind are things that she would be proud of. She just has a very messed up way of showing it.
Right.
So I feel like if you continue to forge your own path and try to achieve those goals, like getting your GED and getting a steady job and going back to college and
That's
pursuing.
what I want to do. That's what will make me happy, because I feel like that's the path I should have took. That's the path I always wanted to take. Before drugs even started when I was 18, that's when I started doing all this stuff. When that life turned upside down was when I was turned 19. After I left here with Ohio.
How old are you now?
I'm 31.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So things didn't go as planned. About 2-3 years living in Ohio. Met this girl and her family. Met what they really did. Her side of the family is what really took my life upside down, because just that peer pressure, just seeing them do it, I felt like it was the right thing.
What were they involved in?
They smoked weed, and they started, her uncle smoked cocaine. He was just evil generally, but he did it. And he's like, I don't want to do that stuff. But then it's like the smoking the weed and the pain pills that her cousins just hung out with a lot. They did a lot of pain pills. You know, I had scoliosis, and then he's like, well, you know, I got prescribed it one day. He's like, why don't you try it? It'll help you out a lot better if you do it this way. And then, you know, doing it constantly back to back, and they always liked it. And, I don't know, it's just the words of people that I hung out with. That's all they ever did, so I felt like, fuck it, I'll just join them. Maybe it'll make me happier. He's like, I'll make you happier if you do it, trust me.
Yeah.
It wasn't the real kind of happiness, though.
It's temporary.
You know, it's just like,
it's all superficial.
It's just making your mind think that you're happy. Are you really happy doing that shit? Because really, what you're doing is fucking yourself over.
You get the rush, you get the dopamine from it, but you don't get the peace of mind, you don't get the satisfaction, and even then you're out money. And like, I know money isn't everything. It truly isn't. But money is incredibly important. Like,
money buys everything.
Yeah, it makes the world go around.
Right.
Like, and I feel like all those negative things traded for a couple hours of temporary euphoria is not worth it. And like, I could understand, like I smoke a little weed sometimes.
Yeah, weed's good. Weed's natural. I love weed.
But like, there's a limit. Everyone has a ceiling, and there's certain things that are like, okay, maybe you shouldn't do that, but like, you know, it won't kill you. But those harder things take such a grasp around people who have such a bright future, and really tie weights around their ankles and make it so they can't move forward. But the biggest step into moving forward like that is achieving that sobriety and that peace of mind, so you can focus better on what you want to do moving forward. Because like, it's hard to think clear when your brain's foggy. You know what I mean? Like when you're clouded by all that, and you know, whatever drugs you may want to take is at the forefront of your attention, instead of, all right, how am I going to go make some money today? How am I going to further my education? What am I going to do that is going to better my life in the long run? It's very hard. Like my father was very addicted to pain pills as well. My uncle smoked crack. He passed away. It was like about 8-9 years ago at this point. So a lot of the things that you're saying really do resonate with me, because I've felt that personal impact from a different perspective, but I've felt that impact. And leading a life of sobriety is entirely possible. Like it
I believe it is.
Yeah, like he's not like, you know.
I went to Florida for a minute, like probably last year sometime, because somebody I worked for, he wanted to show me that it is possible to lead a better life. So he told me, come with me. You know, I own this company, work with me, I buy houses, my mom lives in Florida, his kids are up here, but he said, come with me to Florida. Start over.
Yeah.
Start over again. Do what you did in Ohio. Let's try it differently.
Yeah.
So it worked, but you know, I still smoke weed, don't get me wrong. But it is true, the environment that you are in is how you live your life. You know, a lot of people, like, just the environment you live in, I feel like it's a big part of how your life is going to be.
It absolutely is. Like, yeah, the things that you do, I mean, think about it. Why do you want to get into computers?
Because I feel like everything is based on computers. Every store has a computer. You know, everybody has a cell phone.
Right.
Even kids have a cell phone now. When I was a kid, I didn't have no damn. There was no damn smartphone. It was all flip phones.
Where did that all start, though? Where did that passion start from? You mentioned your dad was...
My dad always was on a computer every day. Every
And
day I
that's-
come home from school, I see him on the computer in my room.
And that's your
what are you
environment.
doing?
Yeah, that's your
I
environment. That's where it
I
all
always
started.
wondered, like, what is my dad doing on that computer? Like,
Yeah.
well, he's always on it for hours and hours. Like, what the hell is it to do on that damn thing?
Yeah,
So I started playing with it.
yeah,
And then I wanted to know, how is this thing working?
yeah.
What makes it work? Why did it break? What broke that caused this issue on this particular hardware, device, phone, whatever?
Yeah, but that's the thing. It all starts with your environment and what you surround yourself with and who you surround yourself by. Not necessarily just at your childhood, but also in the current moment. Like if it made that much of an impact then, why would it not make that much of an impact now? Like the things that you surround yourself with really do make an impact. And that's not necessarily just explicitly a lesson for you. It's also everybody that would be listening and may hear things like some certain parallels that we might be talking about, like, oh, I can relate to that, or you're just listening along and thinking like, wow, that stuck with me. Like, your environment really does drive who you are and will be as a person. So it's very important to be conscious of things like that. But yeah. Tell me more about how you plan to achieve your goals. Like, is there anything
to do it is I don't really have a plan yet.
and that's the thing.
That's what is my plan, because when I feel like maybe working, saving up money, go to school, maybe I would like to get my first plan is get a GED.
Right.
I need that.
Right.
You're not gonna get nowhere. You're not gonna get a job. A lot of jobs they require a high school diploma or equivalent.
Do you take the bus? Or do you drive?
Yeah, I know how to take the bus.
No, I asked if you take the bus or if you drive.
I don't drive. I used to drive. I used to have a car. I used to have a lot of cars.
Okay.
Back in Ohio.
Yeah.
I left it all behind.
So I feel like that's the biggest thing. A lot of people hear, okay, those are the goals I want to reach, but then they're asked, how are you going to do it? And then they're like, oh, I'm not sure. So I feel like setting up that timeline, that plan, list what you need to do at the top of your list and like how reasonable it is, and then figure out, all right, my first step is going to be this, then my next step is going to be that. And I mean, a lot of it, like the life that I lead right now, I've been building this for like 8 to 10 years, like as far as computer science goes, as far as the wonderful girlfriend I have, I've been dating her for 6 years. As far as like everything that I've done, got my GED, went back to college, got my license, all that, like you're planting the seeds today so that they can grow later,
Okay.
Yeah, so at first it might be the GED, or like, I mean, honestly, I would probably look into getting the job first, and then
Job.
and then you get the job, so it's like, okay, I can pay for my GED and the tutoring. Okay, I got my GED, so I can go to college. And as far as financial aid goes, like,
There's grants out there.
yeah, like I paid for college for, I think I'm like only $1,000 in debt. Like, it's pretty solid. Like, it's not, and like the debt also doesn't kick in until after you graduate. So like 4 to 6 years down the line, you still only have to pay like a tiny little amount. Like, it's a very good tool for you to use to better your life. And then you get back to college and then you're like, all right, I want to get a professional job, and then save up for a nice house like Ameen has, and get a nice car again. And, like, these things are within reach for you. You just have to,
You just have to get it.
have that drive. Yeah, you gotta go get it. Nothing's gonna fall in your lap.
Nope.
Anything falling in your lap probably wasn't worth it anyway.
No.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's been a very, very good interview with you. It's been very nice meeting you.
Same here.
Yeah,
You're pretty cool.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I like meeting other people that know what I know, or
Yeah.
even know more.
Yeah,
It's interesting. Because
yeah,
that's the shit you gotta like.
yeah,
The shit that I like. It seems like you get along with people better. That's fine.
Alright.
Okay, you guys, we're going to solidify streets once again. And I'm proud of you, man. I'm glad that you got a lot of things out that you had put in. And like I said, I'm glad that you feel a lot better. And John here was able to pull it out of you, man, and give you some ideas and stuff like that. So we're gonna be here to help you, and this is what we do. And anytime that you need help, man, just call, and we want a phone call away. And for all you people out there, remember that you can do it, and it can be done. You can do it, and it can be done. Street solidified. Thank you, guys.